right, S&P futures. Well, futures as a whole here, green across the board. S&P futures up 0.37% ahead of today's open. Dow futures up 0.25%, and the NASDAQ leading the way higher at 0.62%. So a little bit of strength here ahead of Wednesday morning's open. Let's go ahead and take a look at some cues from last session. Sectors that gained on Tuesday included healthcare, energy, and consumer staples. This seems to be the inverse of the big tech trade that has worked for most of the year. Those sectors which recorded biggest advances, and most segments of the S&P 500 closed positively. Information technology, however, bucked the overall market trend, closing the session lower. Remember, that's mostly on the news that we got about SoftBank liquidating NVIDIA's stock position that they had. That pretty much weighed on
investor
tech
day.
most of the
They
day.
liked what they heard.
U.S. stock
McCain.
futures rose on Wednesday after Tuesday's mixed close. Futures of major benchmark indices were higher and are holding higher here into the open. Investors are awaiting a House vote on a temporary spending bill to expected by to end the record-long government shutdown. Easy for me to say. Meanwhile, the 10-year Treasury bond yielded 4.08%, and the 2-year bond was at 3.56%. Now, some stocks in focus today. We are going to start with one of our earnings reports for after the bell today. That's going to be Cisco, ticker CSCO. That was up 0.5% in the pre-market on Wednesday as analysts expect it to report quarterly earnings of 98 cents per share on revenue of $14.77 billion. Again, that comes after the closing bell here today. The second stock on our list is going to be AMD, Advanced Micro Devices. They jumped 5.13% in the pre-market after its analyst day on Tuesday, which was several hours long, during which the company made bold projections regarding its near-term future and that of the broader AI and chip data center industry. So I have a story on that. We're going to dive into that here a little bit more. AMD plus 5% here this morning. Bill Holdings, ticker BILL, that surged 13.12% after a Bloomberg report revealed that the provider of financial operations platform for small and medium businesses is eyeing a potential sale. So that's trading up here 13.12%. If you take a look at Bill here this morning, it reached a high of about $55 in the after hours yesterday, sitting right at 53. In fact, a $53 bid out there right now in the pre-market. Next stock on our list here is going to be Total Energies. This is ticker TTE. That rose 0.72% after inking an agreement with Alphabet, ticker GOOG or GOOGL, to supply a 1.5 terawatt hours of renewable electricity from its solar farm in Ohio for 15 years. Last stock on our list here is going to be Alcon AG. That's ticker ALC.
We work with all of the largest hyperscalers in the world, all of the largest enterprises.
After reporting
and if you looked at sort of the AI trajectory,
the company says it sees full year 25 earnings of $3.05 to $3.15 per share on sales of $10.3 to $10.4 billion.